There's a quiet relief in stepping back, letting someone else decide, letting circumstances unfold, letting time take care of what feels heavy. It doesn't feel like avoidance, it feels like patience, like calm. Responsibility is often loud. It asks for action, for clarity, for commitment. So when we delay it, when we soften it, when we quietly step aside, there's a sense of lightness. But what feels lighter in the moment often carries weight that doesn't disappear. It just waits. From the outside, life looks manageable. Work continues, bills get paid, days move forward without crisis. There's no chaos, no visible failure. Decisions still happen, just not always made by you. Others step in, systems decide, circumstances shape outcomes, and that feels acceptable. After all, not every decision needs your involvement. Not every responsibility needs your energy. Life feels smoother when friction is reduced, when expectations are lowered, when accountability is shared or delayed. Nothing feels wrong, nothing feels urgent, and because life doesn't collapse immediately, it's easy to believe that stepping back has no cost. It usually begins small. A task you don't fully own, a conversation you let someone else lead, a decision you postpone because it feels uncomfortable. You tell yourself it's temporary, that you'll step in later, when things are clearer, when the timing is better. So you wait. Not irresponsibly, just cautiously. You avoid taking full ownership, not because you don't care, but because responsibility feels heavy. It demands attention. It removes excuses. It creates consequences. Letting others decide feels easier. Letting events unfold feels neutral. And in that moment, avoiding responsibility feels like relief. Psychologically, avoiding responsibility reduces pressure. Responsibility requires agency. Agency requires risk. When you take responsibility, outcomes become personal. Success feels earned, but failure feels exposed. So the mind looks for ways to stay involved without being fully accountable. Avoidance becomes a coping strategy. Not laziness, not indifference, self-protection. By stepping back, you reduce emotional risk, you limit blame, you soften the impact of potential mistakes. But there's a trade-off. Responsibility isn't just about obligation, it's about ownership. And ownership is how meaning is built. When responsibility is avoided too often, life begins to feel disconnected. Things happen, but they don't feel like yours. The consequences don't appear immediately. Life continues. Decisions are made. Paths move forward. But slowly, control shifts. Opportunities pass through other hands. Direction becomes less personal. Influence fades quietly. You may still be busy, still involved, still present, but not central. Over time, responsibility migrates away from you. Not taken, just unclaimed. And with it goes something subtle, a sense of authorship over your own life. You didn't lose responsibility, you released it, repeatedly. The realization arrives gently, not as guilt, not as regret, as awareness. You notice that avoiding responsibility didn't make life easier, it made it thinner. Safer, perhaps, but less yours. You see that responsibility wasn't the burden you feared, it was the connection, the link between effort and outcome, between choice and consequence. And without it, life kept moving, just not under your direction. Responsibility carries weight. That's why it's tempting to avoid. It demands presence, attention, commitment. But responsibility also carries meaning. It gives shape to decisions, depth to effort, ownership to outcomes. Avoiding responsibility doesn't remove pressure, it postpones it. And when responsibility is delayed long enough, others step in. Systems decide, circumstances choose, momentum replaces intention. The cost isn't immediate, it's gradual. Life becomes something you participate in, but don't fully direct. Responsibility doesn't guarantee success, but it does guarantee authorship. And authorship is how people feel connected to their own lives. When responsibility is avoided, life may feel lighter in the moment, but heavier later when you realize you were present, yet not truly in control.